NATO clarifies comments that 4 missing U.S. soldiers have died during training in Lithuania. NATO on Wednesday clarified comments that Secretary-General Mark Rutte made earlier in the day when he suggested that the 4 soldiers who went missing while training in Lithuania had died, even though the U.S. Army said that their fate has not yet been confirmed. The search is ongoing, NATO said in a statement posted on X. We regret any confusion about the remarks Sec-Gen at NATO delivered on this day. He was referring to the emerging news reports and was not confirming the fate of the missing, which is still unknown. The U.S. Army said the Hercules armored vehicle that the 4 U.S. soldiers were in during a training exercise had been found submerged in a body of water. It said recovery efforts were underway by U.S. Army and Lieutenant Army forces and civilian agencies. The soldiers are all from 1st Brigade, 3rd Infantry Division, first conducting tactical training when they were training when they were missing. And the cool thing about it is, they asked. This is what Senior West was talking about. Trump, he didn't know the news. That's one thing. The news reporters, when a news reporter got to come up and tell you, hey, you know about these 4 soldiers that are missing. He's like, nope, don't know nothing about it.
I mean, you should have heard him the other time. No, this is the first time hearing about this. This is what he says, man. I mean, maybe he just does so many press conferences. Like, he's basically a press conference dude. Every day you want to be in front of the camera, but you don't know anything. How do you not know anything? I know you're supposed to have people.
And I'm going to put it out there. They're like, yo, these people were killed. That's what they're saying. They're like, at first they said they died, then it turned they killed, and now they're trying to say we don't know what's wrong with them. So I'm thinking they're just trying to cover up because he didn't know. But they're saying these soldiers were killed.
I understand. They said they died in Lithuania. Where did they say it happened at?
Yeah, in Lithuania, right on the border of Belarus.
So Belarus, I'm going to explain something to you guys. Russia and Belarus that used to be that's a former part of the Soviet Union, but they're a nuclear power because Russia put nuclear bombs in Belarus. It's like Ukraine's right here. Belarus is right above it. Russia's here. Lithuania, Estonia, Latvia are right here. These are all former Soviet blocks right here. So when you listen to it, I'm not saying that Russia did it. We don't know. We don't know what's happened. We don't understand. It could have been an accident, but 4 people are dead right now. You know what I mean? So, I mean, to me, it gives vibes of what the hell is going on? Did something happen? We need more. We're going to need more. I wish we had some like an independent research team to be able to go see what happened. They can cover this shit up real easy for us.
Yeah,
and so nobody knows.
When it comes out, so say Russia did do it, right? What is he going to do about it? Because he surely didn't do anything about Russians putting bounties on the American soldiers when we were in Afghanistan.
What else? No. What were the other thing that they did with the like some type? I think they put out like some type of emitting rate or something like that when they're in Afghanistan. They gave them major headaches. I think a couple of them may have died. I think it might have happened either in Afghanistan or Syria. Some of our troops died when that
was when Iran shot the missile back at them
or something. We'll research and talk more about it so we know for sure.
Iran shot the missile at him, and a whole bunch of soldiers got messed up, and we didn't do that because he went in and assassinated somebody, and so Iran fired back at us, and they hit the base. And a bunch of soldiers got messed up, like, their ears and stuff got,
Point of it is, man, this guy, I think they're going to just cover it up, whatever it is. But let's just hope that whatever happened, let's say peace to the families, of course, you know what I mean? Like, we don't want to make this politicize this too much. We don't know what happened. You know what I mean? Always, of course, that's America.
I don't want anyone to ever question that. Like, I come from a long family of armed forces.
Me too. I mean, it's, probably like 4 of my uncles were in the military. I mean,
my father, my grandfather. You know what I'm saying?
So let's never get that twisted. Don't get me wrong. I'm not blindly going to ever follow anything.
And I don't like having to deal with people that don't take accountability for it. Think about it. Okay, let's just keep it 100. Look, you set war plans of attack, and you're so delusional or so lazy. You sent it to a journalist. Then you tried to say the journalist was a crock, and then he put some of the text out. Then you said, oh, he put himself in there. You know what I'm saying? Somehow he put himself inside Signal, and most people don't understand Signal. People use that to cheat on their wives. You know what I'm saying? It's an app to cheat on your spouse.
Just give up the game, huh? Just give up everything.
Everybody knew.
I never heard you before.
Because you ain't hit the game, brother. You ain't hit the game. You don't know how to get around these walls. I'm just saying. What about the part when they were saying? I think I can't remember. It wasn't Bennett. It was another senator was grilling them, saying that, hey, one of your advisors was in Russia at the time you guys were using this, and he was in the thread, and this thing is unsecure. So obviously the Russians can hack into his phone if he's in their airspace. They're hacking everything he's got going on. Oh, they already did. Like, I mean, they have an report right now. It's like passwords, contact info for top Trump NatSec officials publicly available. They cracked it all. They already got all your information. You know what I'm saying?
You guys are clowns, man.
It's a clown show right now.
All of them are. There's this guy. His name's John Bryant, right? He's a black man. He's I think he's either a real estate guy or he's a financial guy. He's a really intelligent guy. Love listening to him. He came out and he was like, basically, he basically said that, basically talking about like how some of these people are not qualified for the job. Maybe it was Stephen A. Smith who said, I'm sorry, I might have gotten that wrong. Stephen A. Smith, actually, the person who said
some
this
of them are.
about Pete Hegseth. He said, this guy right here is not qualified to be in the position that he's in. He's not. He's like, this guy is the definition of, like they like to say, DEI. He said, did not earn it, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? He's like, didn't earn it, pretty much. That's what he's saying. This guy, he said, you come from being, yes, you have background from the military. But that doesn't mean you should be the defense secretary of the United States of America. I had to tell a guy online one time, he's like, I was in Afghanistan, or in Ukraine at the time. I had to do X, Y, and Z. I said, just because a person, this is not me disrespecting all armed services. He kind of disrespected me several times before I said this to him. I had to let him know, I'm saying, I respect you because of that. That's why I've let you go this far. I said, but because a person works at McDonald's and flips fries does not mean they know what's going on at corporate. Okay? So don't act like because you were a grunt in the military, meaning you knew all the battle plans, you understood the strategic stuff, what was going on. You don't, brother. They don't tell you all that. That's not for you to know. Now you're mad at them. It's just not your job. So Pete Hegseth, because he was in the military, does not mean, then a Fox News host after that, does not mean he should be defense secretary of the United States of America. It's crazy.
That. We knew that from the get. At the end of the day, he's a DEI hire.
I don't even like to even, what I'm saying? I don't even like to use the term. I'm saying to me, it's like, it's just pass it on. That's why I like to say.
And like, the whole thing that's upsetting me about the situation. Okay, cool. Look, you messed up. You put the stuff on Signal. It got found, right? Everybody knows about it. You sent it to a reporter, right? They're not owning it. Every time you ask any last one of them, they're just like, well, the Biden administration did this and this. We're not on the Biden administration.
We're on yours.
The first 3 weeks.
No accountability.
I said 3 weeks, like I said before, after 3 weeks, Trump had changed everything Biden did. So you can't blame anything on them. They say, well, Biden left us this weak economy. What does that have to do with you using your personal phones to send top secret messages?
He didn't leave you a weak economy. You guys left him a it's just the revisionist history is crazy in this, man. And I know I look like I'm frustrated about it, but if you guys only understood and knew the lies that are being told here, we had one of the strongest economies in the world when Biden left office. During his time and during his tenure, during a global recession, and all countries were going through recession, like economic results at the time. Everyone else was going through problems. We came out of this pretty much unscathed. We came out of this with high inflation, but the whole entire fucking world had problems with their oil prices. Everybody did. The oil was high. They understood when you're going into an election year, the OPEC uses that. That's Saudis. That's all the people who really run the global oil trade. They use oil prices to kind of dictate who they want to be president. That's their way of interfering in our elections. Without Russians, they use bots and they use Elon Musk and whoever else people that they got going on. They use those kind of people. What OPEC does, the Saudis and everybody else, they use oil prices. If they can kick the oil prices high, people are going to complain. They're like, man, these oil prices are high, man. We don't, that's what they're going to do. So people need to understand that. But at the end of the day, man, this is just, to me, it's very, very bad business. They sat there and they were disrespectful. They wouldn't even want it. Felt like they didn't have to answer questions. They basically shot back at people for things. And when you know you're wrong, own it. Live up to the expectations that you set for yourself.